Okay. It's wait, what is that?
What?
Do you have a little thing on the side of your thing that has like a bar percentage?
It does have a percentage. Oh, it's the percentage of your voice? No.
I don't know, it says 1% down there. It says 68%
Oh.
up there. You know, they had like instruction videos that we probably should have fucking watched prior to saying, "Yeah, we're going to start a podcast."
You know what? No one told me that I had to learn a new fucking skill to start a podcast, okay? I just wanted to talk into the ether. I've been doing it for years. I thought I'm good at it. Let's keep going with it. And now you're going to tell me I got to get a dissertation in podcasting? No.
All right. I mean, I guess we're rolling. Do you want
Hmm.
to maybe say hi?
Okay, so you get into it. You do the intro, right? You get into it?
We're here. We did it. We made a podcast.
I like that you said we're here as if we're not all listening. Like none of us are here. None of us are in the same space.
We are all connected, and Christina and I, I've decided to make a fucking podcast. Except, you know what? It's not that serious, and we don't really have our shit together, but neither do you, probably, right?
If you're listening to us, then you don't have your shit together. Here's what you need to know about this podcast. If you're going to take anything from this, remember, it's not that serious. Everything we say, we are going to say passionately and with our whole chest.
Absolutely.
And then I need you to remember in the back of your mind, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
We just want to have an hour where I feel like a toddler who's unhinged.
Yeah.
Like,
and we get to say whatever we want without angry men on Facebook commenting on it.
oh, they're going to find us and they're going to comment. They're going to have big feelings.
Fuck them. Okay. Should we probably introduce ourselves?
Oh, sure. Yeah, why not?
So, Christina.
So welcome to It's Not That Serious with Madison.
Hello.
That's
and
Madison.
Christina. So I feel like this is Madison speaking.
Right?
Are
you gonna introduce yourself like that every time we talk to
Absolutely
the people?
Not. Absolutely not.
This is Madison's. This is your cat. She's talking like she's the fucking captain of an airline ship right now. This is your captain speaking. Okay, on today's flight, we are gonna go over like. I'm sorry, pilot. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just the stewardess in the cabin.
Okay, how did we get here, Christina?
Some DMs and phone calls and
some DMs.
Audio
I believe,
chats.
if we're going to be specific, you slid into my DMs, if I remember correctly.
I did. I'd be like that. I don't care. Here's the thing about me is I don't have shame. I have nothing but chill. Okay. And you were already following me. And when I hit that follow button, it put us in a thing where it said, you could say hi to Madison. And I said, well, I might as well if I'm already here. Right. She seems like someone who's good people. And so I did it. And I just sent you a little message. I don't even know what I said. What did I say?
I can't remember either. I don't remember exactly what you said, but I remember shitting my pants because I remember it.
Are you ready?
I was a fan of you. What?
I remember it. It said, Dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. You make me vomit. You are the scum between my toes. Love, Alfalfa. And then you responded and you're like, did you just quote the Little Rascals at me? And I said, yeah. And then we were friends ever since.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
That's not at all what happened for anyone who's listening.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It did say something along the lines of like, you want to be friends, I think. Maybe?
Yeah, that's definitely something autistic that I would say.
But I was fangirling. I was fangirling hard because I don't even think I had 10,000 followers. Like
you did.
What was I? Oh,
you
I did. I did.
You had I think had just hit 20,000 followers or such.
Okay, so I had a little something.
Yeah, you had a little following, and I remember Rachel. If anybody follows Rach on Life, she had posted a couple of your funny videos like in her stories. And so it was like 2 or 3 days back to back that she had shared one of your videos. And I was like, I need to follow this person. And I did. And that's how so this is the thing. Some of your favorite creators are friends thanks to your other favorite creators. Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, she was my coach. She really helped me like get started. And I was following you because your shit was just going viral all the time. In fact, the video that made me follow you was when your toddler took a shit in the grass and then your dog fucking ate it. And that all happened within 5 minutes. And you were like, is this motherhood?
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. That was right before I started doing this like full time, quote
Time.
unquote. I was still working and that was one of my days off. So I went back to work like part time, but I still worked 10-hour days when I would go to work. So
Oh God.
it was ridiculous. It was just such an extreme. I'd either have like work days or off days. And I remember one of my off days, I was like, okay, we're going to just have some fun, some pool time. The baby, the first time we like put her in the pool for the season. It was the first time I put her in her brand new Caden Lane birthday gift swimsuit. It was so cute,
Ooh,
so
I bet.
fancy. And what does she
Sounds cute.
do? Immediately starts pooing.
Yeah, they do that. Fucking toddlers. They're little shits.
Quite
Literally.
literally.
So she started pooping and you panicked and you had her pop a squat or what?
No, thank God that Caden Lane swimsuit had buttons on the bottom. It had
Oh, I
3
love the
buttons
swimsuits
on
with
the
that.
bottom. Oh my
Yep.
God. Ever since then, I will splurge, especially because we're California people. We're in the water all the time once it's hot.
Right.
So, like, I will
Right.
splurge on a good swimsuit now, knowing that it's that. Well, she's potty trained now, so it's going to be different this year.
Yeah.
Every year from the time they're born until, like, they're swimmable by themselves, it's different, I'm guessing.
I mean, at least she's potty trained. That's great. That's really great. My toddler is 3 and still shits herself. So
I need the people who, because no one's gonna be watching this because we haven't figured that out yet. I need you guys to know that Madison's face when she said, "Well, that's great," was exactly what you can expect it to be. Okay, I need you to know that it wasn't a great face when she said, "Well, that's great."
yeah, the amount of shitty diapers I've cleaned in my lifetime, it's ungodly and it's honestly it's just diabolical. No one
I
needs to clean that much shit.
We can get into it in a whole episode, toddler potty training, but I don't even
Yeah.
think it's better to be potty trained this early. Like, I don't think it's necessarily easier to be potty
Yeah.
trained at
I
2.
mean, to be honest with you, it kind of sounds like a pain in the ass. Like
To
what if
be
it's
honest with
pouring what if
you,
it's
it
pouring
is.
rain and we're leaving the grocery store and I put Rose in her car seat and all of a sudden she's like, "I have to pee." That's going to piss me off.
It does.
Cuz if you have a diaper on, just sorry, but you got to piss on yourself
You know,
and
it's
you just
so
got to make it till
fun.
we get home.
It's so much fun when I get everybody ready to go and in the car and strapped in. And then she says, I have to go pee. And we are already scathing by the minutes of time to get to school
Right.
on time because they weren't listening to begin with. And then
Correct.
you're going to come at me with, I have to pee. And then
See,
you
that's
want
going
to
to piss
do
me
it
off.
all by yourself? That's going to take 10 minutes. We don't have 10 minutes right now. We got to go, bro.
Yeah, we never have 10 minutes. We never have 10 minutes. We gotta fucking go now. So pee in your diaper and wear your diaper till you're 5. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. Off on our first tangent.
Let's get back to why we're
How we
doing
met,
this.
which is funny fact, we've never fucking met. We've never met, and the people need to know that. We just
Like,
have this insane chemistry and vibe from opposite ends of the continental states. Is that what it's called? Continental?
uh,
Yeah, because you're literally in Cali and I am literally in Canada on the other side. Not even in the West Coast. Apparently, I need to go there. Apparently, it's beautiful over there and not
I hear
as
good things.
cold. Yeah.
It's not as cold, isn't it closer to Alaska?
Listen, geography was my worst subject, bitch. My worst subject.
Are you by
I
the
could
ocean
be.
at all?
I am not by the ocean. I'm by the lakes. I'm by the Great Lakes.
That
But
really
we have
puts
what's
into
called
perspective, I guess, where you are.
yeah, but we have what's called the lake effect. And because the lakes are so big, the snowstorms we get are just mental. Like they're no people should live here. I tell David that all the time. This is meant for wildlife and wildlife only. We don't need to live here.
There's people who live quite literally in the North Pole.
Why?
They wanted
Couldn't
to
be
get
me.
closer to the Jolly Man, I guess.
Couldn't be me. My toes have been frozen for over 2 months now. They just constantly stay cold. Just constant. They're just constantly cold.
That sounds
Um,
horrible, quite
yeah.
honestly.
It does. It is horrible. There we go. Tangent number 2. All that to say, people either knew we were connected online, didn't know who I was, didn't know who you were, or they probably think that we're friends in real life.
We are, or we will
We
be.
are.
We
Yeah.
will be friends in real life. We just haven't met in real life. That's not our fault. This is the fact that geography exists.
2025 is the year we meet. We're manifesting it, and the
Mm-hmm.
people will get to see us meeting. And we go live and we show the people our embrace.
It sounds a little bit erotic.
What if it's awkward? Have you ever thought about that?
You know what? It would be because do you hug people? I'm not a hugger. I'm not a natural hugger. Do I hug people? Yeah, but it's if they initiate it. That's how I know whether or not we're going to be a hugging friendship. It's if you initiate it. I'm not going to initiate. You know who I'm initiating
It's
hugs with? My husband and my kids, and that's it.
yeah. Yeah. I used to not be a hugger at all. I will say I'm more of a hugger now than I was like in my early 20s. But I'll probably hug you. I feel like if we don't
I
hug,
feel
it'll be
like
weirder.
we would have to because
Yeah.
here's in my mind this is how our first meet cute. Okay, in my mind we're meeting at the airport. We're flying in at the same time.
Oh, I like that. That's less awkward. That's less
It is
tension.
less awkward because we're going to
Yeah.
have to end up going to the same hotel. So we make it so
Right.
that we're just going to plan to be
Yeah.
at the same, right? That's
Yeah.
my, and so we're going to meet at some sort of luggage carousel, either yours or mine, whoever was the second to land. And then that's it. We meet at the airport and I'm thinking we both have signs, but we didn't know that we were going to bring signs for each other because we made them on the plane. Like we just got bored on the plane and then we were like, this would be funny for the bit. We would commit to the bit, except that would be the funny part is the bit ended up being the same. And then we see each other and it's like, it's like the start of the Dumb and Dumber movie, you know?
Or like, dude, where's my car?
I didn't see that one.
You've never seen Dude, Where's My Car?
No,
You're joking though, I think.
no,
You've
I'm dead
never
ass.
with Ashton Kutcher?
You can keep listing more facts about it and I'm still going to tell you I haven't seen it.
I'm shocked. I totally pinged you as somebody that would have seen Dude, Where's My Car?
I think it just came out when I was like a little bit too young and it was a little bit something out of my brother's realm at that point.
I
So
see. Yeah. Okay, so all that to say, we're manifesting that we're going to meet, right?
yeah. Can I just
Yeah.
say that I've been manifesting things willy nilly for years and I was doing it accidentally. And that's how I stumbled upon this career path to begin with. And that's why I like always tell you, like, just say it, spit it out into the universe, write it out, make it a statement, keep saying it. Because the more you say it and the more you talk about it, the more the universe realizes that you're serious and it gets you ready for it. And it keeps putting things in your way to make it closer and closer. And you have to keep proving to yourself, to the universe, that you actually want it by taking these little hurdles with stride and with like ease. And they don't feel like easy, they feel like fucking punches to the dick.
Right.
But
Right.
if you
Or the
take those,
vagina.
whatever, and you take them, and no, because the vaginas get punched all the time and they thrive off of it, honestly. They're having a good time with it. You punch a dick and it gets knocked down.
That, you know
Okay?
what?
That's what I'm
That's true.
saying. The
That's
universe
true.
comes at you like it wants to punch your dick. It wants to knock you down, but it's because it wants to see how you get up and keep going. And
Yeah.
as long as you
No.
keep doing that, then it keeps providing you the reward, but you got to get over the little hurdle. And I just feel like that's all life has been giving me is just hurdle after hurdle to get here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm thriving, baby. We're doing it.
100%. Raising children is hurdle after hurdle.
Ugh.
I run the 400-yard hurdle dash every day, I feel like.
Creating content is like a hurdles because
Creating
it's like
content is
every
a
time you
hurdle.
start to think you're getting momentum, you fucking hit a hurdle and you fall down on your face.
Yeah, or you
And
have
everyone
a
passes by you in the race.
that happens too. That happens too. Or
Happens
you
to me
have
a
a video
lot.
go viral and you get just like stunned by the mean vibes out there.
The comments.
There's some people that are unwell. If anything I have learned about content creation, it's that people need to touch grass more, I think. That's
Mm-hmm.
as a general public, we spend a lot of time on the internet and people get so disassociated with like what their words actually mean. Like no one in my life has ever told me to go die. How
Yeah.
many times has someone told me that online? And it's like, do you realize what you're saying? Do you realize what you're saying out loud?
Do you
Telling
realize what the
something?
energy you're putting out into the universe? Like,
Yeah, it's ugly.
just putting ugly energy out, even however you put it out, if it's oh, it wasn't that serious, it wasn't a joke. Like, literally, our whole podcast is not that serious. But, like, the
Right.
energy you put out there comes back to you. So
Right.
whether or not you actually mean when you say those words, you are putting that energy out there. You are putting that negative, yucky energy out there. And the universe remembers that, and it is
What
a
goes around comes around.
it is a full circle, bitch. The
Yeah,
world is round for a reason, my dude, and it spins. And just because you decided to jump off on this spin doesn't mean it's not gonna fucking slap you on the way back around.
100%. 100%. And here's the difference between like you and I saying something, a funny joke, a bit, whatever, saying it's not that serious is so different than truly saying something derogatory, right? Like,
Let's get into it, okay?
okay,
We're gonna get into this as an actual podcast topic probably like next week or something, but let's just talk about how awful people are sometime in the comments and the difference between being someone who comes to people and says things that are jokes, says things in a manner that is meant to be taken funny, and how different that is, because we've gotten on there and we've complained like, oh, I don't want to be a mom, or oh,
I complain every day.
I don't want my dog anymore. And it's not that, we come at with these jokes, but that's the thing, is we start off with an innocent premise of a feeling. I don't want X, right? I don't want to feel this. And then we build a lore of fake feelings around it and jokes and things that are all adding to the bit. And then we post it with the big slap stamp of approval that says this is a joke and I just like to tell them. And then people come in to the comment section and they're like, you don't deserve to own animals because how dare you let your dog do anything but, and it's like, shut the hell up,
Literally.
Yvonne.
Literally.
Like,
Fuck my dogs and fuck your dog.
yeah,
Literally. Like,
fuck them
I,
dogs.
10 toes down, baby. 10 toes
And
down.
fuck
You're
you
not
too for
gonna.
not understanding that this is quite literally a joke to vent
Right.
about things. But you know what's
Right.
not a joke is you and your deep-hearted passion telling me that I suck because
Right.
I vented instead of doing what? Being mean to my dog.
Yeah. Or telling someone that they deserve death. Like that's about as extreme as it gets. And if you are someone online telling a human being that they deserve death over a funny joke that they've posted online, like you are not well. You're not well. Your social should be taken away from you. You should be put in a timeout. You don't get to be on social media anymore because your words have weight.
Words
And
have
we're
so
in the
much weight.
age of social media. And like it's like nobody gets held accountable. I had to tap in David for reinforcements. David's my husband, if y'all don't know that. I'd tap him in for reinforcements because I posted a video about me complaining about go figure about me not really wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. I always thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and now I am one, and I'm like, this is a lot. I think what I would enjoy more is being a stay-at-home wife with my kids in daycare 2 to 3
Mm-hmm.
times a week. I can handle 2 days, I can handle 3 days, but 5 days a week, 7 days a week, which is what we do. I mean, that's what you do. I have my kids in school 2 days a week. Thank the good Lord. But the comments, bro, the fucking angry men telling me I'm entitled. Your man works his ass off for you and you just fucking complain. You should be grateful. Like, suck my ass, Billy. Okay?
It's amazing that Billy doesn't want to wipe their child's ass. It's amazing that Billy doesn't ever make sure that the underwear that is on his ass is clean and cared for. It's amazing that he doesn't even know what fucking ply toilet paper wipes his ass. But you
Right?
know what's amazing is that his wife, Patricia, does. And you know what? That's a fucking job, Bill.
It is.
Okay? And I'm sorry that you get to go out and leave your house to do your job and make money, but Patricia doesn't because she's caring for the fucking sperm whale you decided to insert in her when you thought she was hot and young. I don't know what to tell you. You also wanted a wife and a family and a life, and you also expected someone to take care of it. And now that it's being done, you are getting mad that other people have feelings about it, and that is not
Uh-huh.
okay. You're allowed to have your
100%.
feelings, Bill. You're not allowed to make other people feel like shit for their feelings.
They just kept going. I said, fuck this. I'm tagging my husband. I tapped him in. I said, babe, and commented him so that he got a notification. I said, this guy's being mean to me. And then he said, my job is from 4:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Her job is 24/7. But clearly you wouldn't understand that. And I was like, "Ooh, that's my husband." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
God. I remember when my burrito video went viral and people were coming in the comments saying that my husband deserved a better wife and a better
Right.
life and he's going to cheat on me and
Yep.
all of
That's
this
always the thing.
because he's going to cheat on me and leave me because I gave our 9-month old ham and cheese cold cuts before her 11 a.m. nap on a Saturday, and I didn't have dinner ready for him when he got home from his
Right.
overtime. His overtime was literally turning on a fucking light.
Yeah,
He's an
yeah, wait. I
electrician.
feel like you need to give some context to the burrito video.
Okay, so I had a burrito video that went, I don't know, 22 plus million view viral because I had just gone back to work a couple months prior with after maternity leave with my daughter, and I had worked all week, and that was our first Saturday that dad had overtime work, and it was just me and my daughter. She was in the middle of a sleep regression and teething, and life
Oh,
was
the
miserable
worst.
for us.
Yep.
I had finished my work week. Saturday was my first quote day off, but alas, my husband was gone, so it was just full-time momming.
Literally.
And he had to go to work. He's an electrician. He had to go to work for what's called like, it's a shutdown, like whenever a company shuts down so that you can turn on a big, large transformer so that all the fucking, you can make sure everything works, right? All they
Okay.
had to go do was turn everything on and make sure it works. He's basically going and playing Fix It Felix, okay? He only has to make sure everything turns on. As long as everything turns on, you turn it off and then you leave, okay? That's it. It's just making sure it's checks and balances. It was not a hard day. He knew it was going to not be a hard day. It's also fucking Saturday. And you know what that man wants on Saturday more than anything after working all week, especially having to work on a Saturday? He wants Mexican food. He wants taqueria specifically. He wants a
Hell yeah.
burrito specifically from a certain kind of taqueria. So when he gets home, and I didn't know because he didn't text me to tell me what time he was going to come home, he just showed up at home and he says, "Are you hungry?" And I had just finally got her down to sleep, and I just was trying to process what I was feeling at all for my first time being alone as a human mom in a couple days. Like, I said, "No, I don't. I just ate with the baby. I'm going to go take a shower or something." And it was because I ate some fucking cheese and crackers with my baby and I wasn't
Yeah.
hungry. I thought he was going to make himself some food. I thought he was going to heat some food up. I went to the bathroom and I came back to him having DoorDashed taqueria. And what did he get me? A bean and cheese burrito because he's a beautiful person like that. And what did he tell me? Which was the whole premise of the video. "I know you said you didn't want anything, but I know what that means. It means you want a bean and cheese burrito once you smell my food." And it's because he sees me and he loves me and he knows me. And to be loved is to be seen. And it's to know that your partner is doing everything to take care of you and your baby and your house and your family. And the only way he could help in that moment, on that day, at that time, was to just make sure I was fed because I was
Right.
making sure everything else was done. And I hadn't even got to the point to see if he wanted food or anything. And no,
How dare you?
how dare I get roasted in the comments for being the worst stay at home mom ever, which I wasn't at the time, which pissed me off, number one, and how I was the worst wife ever because I just everything. I'm all, you guys literally took 60 seconds and decided to assume everything about me. You decided
Okay.
to assume my character, to assume what kind of husband I have. You decided to assume what kind of if I'm working or not. You assumed everything about
Everything.
me and you
Yep.
heard nothing about the nice gesture. The only people that were like excited for me were like good dudes and just a bunch of women.
100%.
It was
Yeah.
so it was such an interesting take on society and it pissed Taylor off so much for like days. He's like, "Why are people saying such mean things about you in the comments?" I keep responding like, "Dude, you don't even know her. You don't know us," and all this stuff. And I'm like, you cannot get mad at trolls who are determined to be angry at life.
Yep. It's
Like,
projection. They're
it is
projecting
so
their
much.
nasty ass feelings and their insecurities on strangers online. And can we acknowledge it's not like Taylor came home from his day at work and then like cooked you a 5-course meal. He fucking ordered DoorDash.
Thank you.
You
That, like, the
dummies. You big
craziest part.
bozos.
Yeah. Everyone was like hyping him up. But if I would have done that, it would have been like, well, why didn't you cook for him? You were at
Yeah,
home the
why
whole
didn't you make
time.
a home cooked meal? He deserves a home cooked meal.
Oh
Oh,
my
fuck
God.
off.
There's quite literally no winning as a woman. What,
No.
like, there's no winning as a woman. And like, once you have kids, you
And
are
you know what's
going to
crazy?
be looked at negatively by somebody from
By somebody.
somewhere.
And then whenever you get the random, like, good guy in the
Yeah.
comments, it's literally like a shock to your system. It
Oh,
feels foreign. You're like, where did you come from?
I have a few good like male followers,
Yeah.
and I say that they're good male followers because like they'll comment and like they're always respectable, nice comments. They're always comments that are like, oh my gosh, my wife does this, or I need to show my wife
Yes.
this, she would love this. Or like, thanks for being real, like you're one of my wife and I's favorite. Like,
Yeah.
it is so freaking refreshing when you see a good guy show up online. You're like, oh my God, I knew you were out there, but I didn't know you were online. Because, like, I know, like, my husband goes online, but he's like a troll. He's not there to be seen. He's there
Yeah.
to view. Okay. He's
Yeah.
just there to view. He's not
He's
even there to
consuming.
comment. He's
Yeah.
only there to watch and then forget it ever existed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his role. And I love that. But it's like, there's people out here just, oh my God,
No, I think
they're coming
if
like Death Eaters
I
in the comments.
yeah,
They're soul sucking.
if I found out that David was trolling
Oh my
a mom account, the wrath, the fucking wrath that would come out of me.
If I found out
Because
my
like
husband was trolling any account, I'd be like, "Are you well?
I
What are
guess
you
that's
doing
true.
with your spare
I guess that's
time?"
true. But I will say, like on funny videos, the trolling comments fucking are top tier
Mm,
comedy,
that's not what I'm
right?
talking about. I'm talking about actual
Like
troll, like
mean. Yeah,
mean.
you're talking about like mean.
If you're adding fun to the conversations, that's giving you more up in my book.
Yeah,
That's adding to your lore. That's fun. But if I
for
see you
sure.
putting seeing someone put a nasty comment under anything is the exact same as hearing someone be rude to a waiter. You're like, what are
It
you doing
is.
here? What do
Great
you do?
analogy.
Why? Why are you
Yeah,
bringing that energy to this space that we were all enjoying? Just because you're
yeah.
not having a good time? Then go away.
Literally go away. I don't understand. I'll never understand why people can't just scroll. Like, it
Oh my
really is an
God.
internal conflict that
Yeah.
they truly have to like. They have to comment. They have to. They feel like if they don't, it's like a sick form of validation. It's just, and you know, so, I mean, I will say the worst comments that I've received are from dudes, but there are some women out there that can be just as snarky
Oh
and
yeah.
like shameful and try to pit us against each other. And it's like, dude, we're all doing the same shit. We're all trying to survive. We're
Yeah.
all battling our toddlers who are pissed off at us that we fucking gave them the pink cup instead of the blue cup.
Mm-hmm.
Why, why do you care the way I move about it? If I
Oh
am
my
not
gosh.
hurting my child, then quite literally, fuck off.
Or the people who get mad because you made a joke that was similar to someone else's joke that you didn't know about. Like they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can't come here and talk about your toddler like that because so and so came and talked about their toddler like that. I'm like, yeah, because have you met a toddler? They
Oh,
all be doing it.
how
They
many
all
people
be
have
doing it.
told us, oh, this gives Tatum my dude vibes?
Oh, I get mad for like on Tatum's behalf. I'm all one,
Same.
please don't act like she is at my level. She is a funny fucking person, 10 out of 10 every time she
10 out of 10.
delivers. Okay? You are just new here because I finally matched her level. I'm not normally up there. So
Right.
don't bring her into this chat and tear her down. That's not building me up. That's mean. Leave her alone. Let her go thrive on her own and then let me just try to be funny like other funny people.
Yeah. She's probably hands down the most consistent in terms of her content. Like in terms of it providing a giggle, an out loud fucking
Yes.
giggle. Tatum, my
Yes.
dude. Like she
Or
is
like Derek Cahill, every single one.
everyone.
Every time I clock in, I'm gonna laugh. It's such a specialized and hard skill to acquire to quite literally make every part of your life switch around in your brain to make it funny for people instead of just irritating you is so fucking hard and so strategic and so smart that I don't want you to come in here and comment that I can do that because I can't.
No,
Okay?
we're
I
regular.
I
We're
regular
regular
I
people.
but the reason I'm starting a podcast is because it can't be fucking consistently funny for 4 minutes for you every goddamn day, okay? I'm not good on what's it called, a small set, okay? I need a long set. I'm an hour or more long form funny person because it takes me a while to get there. I gotta build. You gotta build in the car with me.
I like what you said earlier. You said that we are two people that came to like develop this space, right? You have your following, I have my following. We connected online. Some of our followers overlap.
Which is
So like
cool.
people, it's so cool, right? Like people know us as like
It's
a
fun.
duo. It's
Yeah.
Christina and
Feels like
Madison.
feels like stepbrothers.
It's so cool. I feel like we are just normal, regular people that sometimes
Are funny.
externalize a thought that so many people have,
hmm
and it takes off, and then it's like, now what?
Yeah.
Wait, it is like, wait, am I a quote unquote influencer now?
No.
Is that my job? That's why we're talking. Because me and Christina, every single day, we wake up and you're the first person I talk to. I literally talk to you sometimes before my own children. Okay?
That's pretty crazy.
It is. Is it
But
the same for you?
honestly, yeah.
Don't piss me off. It's the
No,
same for you,
I
right?
had to think about it. Yeah. Cuz sometimes well, she has not been she's been waking up with me, so I'm like, do I ever get time to talk to you before my kids wake up? Yeah. There are
Yes.
most of the time
Yes.
she's not waking up at 5 a.m.
I can tell when I'm talking to you before Layla's awake because your voice notes are really quiet. And then if she is awake, you're like, "Good morning, Madison."
I really do be singing every single
You
time.
do be singing. You do be singing. You're doing your best.
Oh,
Um,
I need everyone to know that I'm always starting my audio chats to Madison in a song form because I'm trying to come down from like whatever chaos that we have
right.
last had.
The past year, we have become you're a pillar of my day.
Yeah.
Not to be
But here's
dramatic.
no, but we could be as dramatic as we want because we're about to crush that fucking pillar in a second. Here's the thing
Okay.
is Monday through Friday, we are co-workers, okay? I know we
Right.
don't we're like remote co-workers. We are remote
Yes.
co-working best friends
Best
because
friends.
Monday through Friday, it's like Monday morning, we clock in. It's like, all right, it's fucking 6 a.m. Time to text Madison or it's time to voice note Madison. And then I will talk to you from around 6 a.m. Monday morning until about, I don't know, 3 p.m. on Friday afternoon. And
Right.
then it goes dark. And then you
It
don't
does.
exist to me and I don't exist to you. And then we
Nope.
come back a Monday and we pretend like those weekends were not existent. We don't even say bye. We
We
literally just
don't.
whatever the fucking last person who said something was before their husband got home is what it is. And then it just
Yep.
lives and lives until Monday morning someone has the balls to be like, good morning. But for
Yeah.
like 2.5 days, for 48 plus hours, there's just silence. And I
And
don't know
then
you and you don't know me.
if we do somehow, some way, I have alone time or you have alone time on the weekend, and we sneak in a voice chat, we're like, oh well, we can't listen to this. Sorry, I can't. You voice noted me, but I can't listen to this because I'm with my family and I'm
Hey,
not.
I will read this and listen to your inflection in my brain, but this is going to be listened to in the dead of night tonight because I am with my family. How dare you
And
contact me on the weekends?
we have our shutdown hours daily from like
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. until like 8:30 p.m. We are shut down. We are not talking. That
Oh
is
my god.
like
Which is,
family time, and then we
you
come
know
back
what's
online.
crazy though?
What?
Is we are 3 hour time difference. We
Yeah.
have a 3 hour time difference, and somehow, some way, our families still line up on these tracks.
Oh, that's because my kids fucking stay up till midnight.
And that's because my kid's fucking waking up at the ass crack of dawn. Like over here,
Exactly.
we might be one of the last states to rise with the world, but we are up
Y'all
first.
are up.
Okay, we're working on East Coast time over here. Like, why are we all awake at 5? My
No, for
God.
real. Or you'll be, you know, like it's 11:30 your time, you're voice noting me or texting me and I'm responding at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning my time. And it's like, how does this work right now? How is this working? But we make it work. We make
I
it work.
think, honestly, that's why I think it took us so long to get to the podcast. We had to really commit for a year of friendship to see if we could find
We did.
time. And we found a straight up whole business set of week time. We found
Yeah, we
so much
did.
time.
We did. We did. And
That's,
we had to, for the people, just so y'all know, the people, we had to we had to commit to the bit. We literally had to get our dicks together and say, "Hey, this is the day we're going live." So we fucking have to record. We have to, or we're going to let down the people.
yeah, quite honestly, I need you guys to know that we posted that we were doing a podcast before we even had our podcast ready. Because that's how behind we have been. We have been so committed to this since last summer, and we have been dragging our balls in the sand.
Yes,
Like,
we have.
we'll do it. We will do it. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it. And now it's like it's almost February. We were supposed to have it out at the beginning of this year, and we were still, what were we doing? Juggling balls in our hands? Like we were just not having a good time with it.
Probably not. There's no time for that. My husband wishes there was more time. I think every husband wishes there was more time.
Everybody, yeah, I'm sure everybody's man is like, what?
There's a funny video that I just posted to my story. I'll have to credit the creator in the comments because it's her idea, right?
Yeah.
She she says what I tell my husband versus what he hears, and she says I'm overwhelmed, I'm touched out, I'm going to bed. And then what my husband hears is touch my body,
Yes, I
roll it
saw
on
this
the
video.
floor. It's so freaking relatable.
It
The way
is.
I'll be like, oh, I have a headache, and David's like, I got something that can fix that.
Oh
But
my
Taylor
God.
does that too. I know he does. And I know that the people, I know that y'all's husbands say that too. They all do it.
It's every man.
Uh,
He learned that joke in the locker room. He learned
100%.
someone said it in a locker room. Someone was like, "Oh, I got a D for you." And they were like, it slapped so hard. It made all of the boys giggle and they were like, "That's it. I'm taking that one and running with it." And
Yeah.
it just worked because in high school you could get anybody cuz
Yeah.
everyone's horny.
Yeah.
And it
100%. And
worked. And then
they never let it go.
they never developed anything newer than that. They were like, well, it's worked, so why would I stop doing it?
That's something that I feel like we could get into on episode 2. How kind of talking about is the word inequalities fair, or the mental load and how it affects your marriage when you are in the thick of it.
Oh my God, yeah. When you're in the thick of it, just having, I mean, I feel like everybody has this conversation. Having little kids is just, you don't realize until you're in it how much time it takes up.
Yes, and how do you avoid the roommate phase? How do you,
You don't.
right? But people
That's the
don't say
thing is
that.
like
People
people
don't
don't
say
say
that
that, but like that's why we want to bring these conversations here. Is like I
because
just want
we're
to
going to
keep
say that.
we're going to keep telling you guys things that people don't say, and people aren't going to tell, people are going to be like, "Oh, you can get through the roommate phase," and you can. But here's the thing is it's good, you're still going to go through one. It doesn't
Right.
matter how
It's still going to
dedicated,
happen.
it does not matter how dedicated you are to forcing a weekly date night through the roommate phase. You're going to have feelings about your husband that don't make sense because your hormones are so imbalanced and you've never experienced it if you haven't been a mom yet. So you just don't know. And if you've been a mom, then you know that every time you have a kid, you're going to go through these phases where you're just like, I hate everybody except this baby.
Yeah.
Because you're such in a primal state, your body is in such a primal state that it cannot fathom more than just that. And you don't
Yes.
know it until you're in it. And it sucks because when you're in it, it feels so isolating
It
because no
does.
one told you about it. No one told you you
Huh?
were going to feel this animalistic and primal about everything. No one told you you were going to feel quite literally like a scared bear every time your kid did anything.
I never paid attention to the way David eats prior to being postpartum. And when I tell you the way that man chews, I can hear his teeth hit. Like I can hear it. And the rage that fills my body. I have all the patience in the world, but if I can hear you fucking eating, you better get away from me.
That's fair.
That's new. Like
That's new.
those little switches because
Yes.
you're just so overstimulated all the fucking time.
Nobody talks about how often you really need to just exit stage left in order to be the
Abort.
best goddamn stage manager in all the land, okay?
Abort.
Oh
Abort
my
mission.
god.
Get out of the room. Get out of the house.
Just for some
Reset.
relatability, if you guys are in the thick of it and you're like, oh, is that only in the newborn stage you have to walk around? No, my toddler
Mm-mm.
is going to be 3. And I, 2 nights ago, was so frustrated, so overstimulated that I got up, I picked her up, I walked into her room, I turned on the sound machine, I put her in her crib, I said, you are safe, you are loved, but mommy's brain does not feel good right now, and I need to walk away. And she was quite literally screaming and crying. And
Mm-hmm.
I walked out with the door closed. And literally went and sat on the couch and broke down and started crying. And my husband was like, that was great. You did great. Because he knows he heard the 45 minutes leading up to that. He
Right.
heard the 45 minutes of whining and crying. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It was 45 minutes of not being able to regulate her. She did not want a hug. She did not want to be held. But she also did not want anything I was giving her option
Yeah.
wise. We couldn't read. We couldn't walk around. Nothing. There was nothing going to fix it. I had to,
Indecisive little shits.
I quite literally needed to just be away from her so she could just decide that she wanted me to soothe her.
Right.
I had to literally walk away so that she could realize what she actually wants is a big, long hug to soothe her. But she won't want that until I depart from her. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to go regulate myself before I even wanted to regulate her. Because I even got to the point where I didn't have it in me to even want to regulate her because I was so dysregulated. But we can't talk about that because then
We
I'm a
can't talk about
bad
that.
mom.
Yep.
I'm a
It's
bad
oh
mom
my
who
god, you
shouldn't have
want to
had
hurt your
kids.
kid?
You're a
Yeah.
bad mom because you don't even want to have kids. You're a bad mom because you don't know how to regulate yourself when your kid was crying for 45 minutes and you thought putting him in a room alone was the best option. Like, no, I felt like absolute garbage doing it, but it was
Yeah.
the only option. Cause when I tell you after those 5 minutes, after that tear session, after that little pep talk from my husband, I got up, I had so much patience somehow, some way, like a renewing, like regeneration of patience. And I walked in that room and I gave her a hug that lasted 30 seconds and she calmed down immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Of
we
course
got
she
back
did.
on track for bedtime. And you're not allowed to talk about it
Nope.
because you're going to be afraid of being judged for being a bad mom because
Yep.
you cannot be equipped 24/7. And there's going to be someone who tells you that, oh, well, if you listen to a podcast, or oh, if you listen to this, or oh, if you have like noise canceling headphones in, or oh, if you do X, Y, and Z. And the truth of the reality is that sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
100%. One of my videos, the first thing I did was voice noted you, but then I also posted it because that's what we do, right? We vent to this online community. And was it Beckham? No, Rose bit Beckham and left a fucking horrendous bite mark. It was horrible. I couldn't get there fast enough. And my instinct was like, what do I do? Do I freaking bite you so that you see what this feels like? And I said
Yeah.
that online. And I did have a lot of people say, like, you're doing your best. I have a hard time regulating too. But then you have these other people, going back to what we talked about earlier, mom shamers and angry people saying, what do you mean you wanted to bite your kid? That's not normal. You shouldn't even have kids, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm not saying that I want to hurt them. I don't want to. That's the point.
It's the
I
point.
don't
I don't want to
I
feel
don't
this way.
want to. It's the fact that regulating myself 24/7 is damn near impossible. And
Yeah.
gentle parenting 24/7 is fucking hard. It is
Mm-hmm.
hard to regulate myself to be able to react appropriately to a 2 and a 3-year-old. That
every
shit's
day,
fucking hard
all
every
day.
day. But you put stuff out there and people hear that as, no, she doesn't love her child, or
She's not equipped. She's not
yeah,
strong
it
enough.
sounds like you just shouldn't be a
I
mom.
would do better. I can do better. That is
Hmm.
oh my God, there's nothing more annoying than well, this works for me. It's like, that's awesome. You realize that people also have different temperaments? What works for my child might not even work for me, her
Right.
mom. So,
And
like,
every baby is different, every toddler is different,
oh
every
my God, the baby you had into the toddler you have is going to be different. The
so
stuff that I
different.
did with Layla when she was a baby, I can't necessarily always do now. I
Hmm.
wish I could. I
Same.
really wish I could. Same thing goes though. Some of the stuff I did as a baby, like, I don't have to do anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
ebbs and flows.
it's just part of it. I don't know. But we do
So
need to start wrapping up the
I was
time.
gonna say, so all of
So on
that to
that note,
say,
it's not that serious. Nothing is that serious.
all that to say, what you can expect from our podcast is two regular fucking people that are talking about not just the hardships of motherhood, the hardships of marriage, the hardships of life, and doing it in a way that is not represented online.
Doing it in a way that no matter what it feels like on the gravity end, it's not that serious. We are
Correct.
all quite literally in meat suits on a hurling rock in space. At the end of the day, we are all humans having a human experience, and that's going to come with highs and lows and ebbs and flows. And that's what we're going to bring to the table is just whatever we got for that week to remind ourselves it's not that
It's not that
serious.
serious.
We're going to get passionate and then we're going to go, it's not that serious though. It's not that serious.
I have $34 in my bank account. It's not that serious.
What you do? Go look at my bank account right now? Please don't share my personal life online like that.
Oh god.
That was too real. That was too real and relatable. That made
Hit a
me
little
really
bit
want to
too
go
close
check
to
my
home,
bank
huh?
account. Like, how much do I have in there?
Oh look, the fucking chicken is $27 right now. Fuck.
The chicken? What chicken?
A chicken at the grocery store.
What? How much chicken are you getting?
No, I'm one single chicken.
Like a whole chicken?
A whole chicken, $27.
Is it already cooked?
Nope.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep. And that's at the discount grocery store, girl. That's at the discount
Oh my
freaking
God.
grocery store that's right down the street from my house. That is the cheapest grocery store you can go to. It's cheaper to go to Costco and get the rotisserie chicken.
No, you live in the wrong. Well, I don't know. We probably both live in the wrong country.
That's a topic for another day.
I'm not ready to go there yet. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's not that serious.
it's
It's
not
not that
that
serious.
serious.
The
We'll
price of
keep
chicken
that.
is not that serious, okay? And on that note, we will see you next week.
Where can you find us?
I was gonna say, we
Madison?
suck at this.
We do.
Hey, Madison, where can I find you online?
You can find me on TikTok, Madison_Barbosa, or Instagram, Madison LeBlanc Arbosa. Madison LeBlanc_Barbosa, like Captain Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean. Christina, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Christina K. Shefdick on all platforms. So,
Chef Dick.
yeah.
You should tell them how to spell it, maybe, I think.
Oh, spell chef, but add an S in front of it. And then put tick without a T or without a K at the end.
Okay, so SCH
EFTIC.
TIC.
And it's more fun to put it that way. I don't know why.
Here, spell this. Okay, let me give you a paragraph of how to spell my fucking name.
Hey, spell your name. All right, let me give you a riddle. Look, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't know one of us, then you can just click the link below. Okay, you'll find our handles there.
You'll
follow us.
You'll find us.
You'll find us.
The people will find us, and we love you, the people.
And if the people don't find us, the people that have already found us will send us to the other people, and so they can find us. I trust the people. The people be doing people things.
We trust you guys. You guys are the best. We're biased.
We the people stand together.
Here we do. On It's Not That Serious podcast, we stand together.
Because you know why? It's not that serious.
Okay, do we fucking say bye now?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.